It is bright and early here in Poughkeepsie, but the pool is heating up, and we hope your coffee is as well for some early morning non-conference water polo action between the Iona Gales and the Marist Red Foxes. Alongside Mike Duda, William Rosen on hand. Thrilled for you to take part of your Saturday morning with us here on ESPN+. Mike, a really great start of the season for the Marist Red Foxes.
Absolutely, William. They're coming in 9-3, 17th in the country on a 3-game win streak. Oh, and they beat the number 10 team in the land in Fresno State by 3 goals.
A really great start to the season for head coach Chris Vidal. Let's dive into our key players of the afternoon, starting with Iona's Lola Trujillo.
She's incredible. Second team All-MAC selection last year. 15 goals on the campaign. Half of her shots are finding the back of the net. She's going to be key for the Gales.
And on the Marist side, Anita Rodelli has been fantastic for the Foxes.
A rare Inter-MAC transfer coming in from Mount St. Mary's. Second team All-MAC there and a preseason All-MAC selection this season.
Let's see what both of these players have in store. Game action starts next here on ESPN+. We welcome you back into the McCann Auditorium. Mike Duda, William Rosen on hand for a non-conference water polo matchup. Let's see who's between the pipe, the two goalies. First, the Iona goalie, MJ Metzdorf, Mike.
Yeah, she's one of 2 freshmen on the team, less than 12 goals against per game, and she's averaging about 4 per contest, that being on the saves category.
And on the Red Foxes side, one of the best players in the country, Inez Sanchez.
She's truly incredible. You could tell that last year here at the MAC Championships in Poughkeepsie when there were MVP chants for her in the first round against Villanova. There were 3 separate occasions that she saved a 5-meter. That is so impressive.
Let's take a look at who's in charge for Iona. Brian Kelly, his 29th season in New Rochelle, working for the Gales on the water polo side. And for the Red Foxes, someone who worked under him, a 2007 graduate of Iona and played for him, Chris Vidal, in his 10th season as head coach of the Red Foxes, appearing in back-to-back MAC championship games last year and the year prior. Chris is looking to become a 3-time appearer. We'll take a look at the MAC water polo preseason poll, and once again, a reminder, this game between Iona and Marist, though they are in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, is not a MAC conference game. Wagner, the perennial champions, at number 1, and Marist in the preseason poll right behind them at 2. They faced off last season here in Poughkeepsie in the championship match, as both teams and every team in the conference has their sights back here in the next few months. Mike, just about underway on a 10 o'clock start time, early morning. The fans piling into the McCann Center for this matchup.
What more could you ask for? Eggs, bacon, coffee, and water polo. Come on.
That's usually the saying, right?
That's an ideal morning.
Referees just figuring out some logistics before we are underway. Marist sporting their red uniforms. Iona in a black uniform and white cap. Later tonight, doubleheader here for the Red Foxes, facing off against Salem in what will be their senior night. So stick with us throughout the day. Have an early dinner and join us again. Iona and Marist, they're set and they're off. Iona gets to the ball first, and they'll control possession number 1. Fiona Rowe, the freshman, at point. That's a common. Slowing it down is Penman, the junior out of Carlsbad, California.
Here's the good thing about commons. Really doesn't have any implications. All it is you just got to reset. The whistle gets blown, shot clock is stopped, no penalties, not like an exclusion, which is a lot different and a lot worse.
Penman controlling the paint. And it's Inez Sanchez who takes the first save of the day.
Gales took too much time there off the shot clock. Couldn't set up the right shot.
30 seconds to shoot. And it goes down low to Layla McCarroll, the senior attack from Laguna Beach, California for the Red Foxes. Down inside of the whole set, and it'll change sides over to Iona. Possession change. Marist has been on the attack for the last few years under Chris Vidal in his 10th season. 2021 MAC champions. A shot on target, and it's no good for Nicole Morrison from the strong side.
You really got to be good shooting the ball against Inez Sanchez. If you go head on, she's going to save it every single time. Last year, after the MAC championship, she told me, even on 5 meters, she picks a side. Beat her. Beat her mentally.
Treading there, Anita Radaley. As she's harassed, 28 seconds on the clock. McCarroll to point. Shot, and it's far side from the right wing. Iona to push. For the Gales, Bailey Desmond. She's running point from a distance. Trying to get a strong shot is Rowe. Rowe taken over at point, down low to the hole, and it's taken away by the Red Foxes. They'll award Marist the ball.
Really good defense there by Radaley. Able to get in on her respective player in probably the best Gale in Trujillo.
McCarroll, cross pool. Finds its way to point. Opportunity, and it's good. Opening up the day for the Red Foxes, Paige Nagel.
Beautiful job by Nagel, behind the back shot. She went to the backhand, and that's something that Paige Nagel can do. We've seen it for 4 years now. Perfectly faking out the goaltender. She didn't even look, William.
That's what Nagel does. Nagel's no look, puts the Foxes up 1-0. Can the Gales retaliate with haste? That's what they're trying to do, inside of the hole, and they do. A good goal for the Gales. Tying it up at 1 apiece.
I thought originally the shot was going to go to Trujillo. I thought she missed a clear opportunity there, but instead she gives it off, and it's a good goal for Iona.
It's Weissman on the goal. Olivia Weissman, the sophomore utility player from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Knocked it up at 1 apiece with 5:20 to play in quarter number 1. So strong in the MAC championship year in retaliating when their opponents scored. Foxes on the near side, right wing. Back out to the weak side. To point, and it's good. Kendall DeVere opens her docket up. 2-1 Red Foxes.
If I'm not mistaken, before that there looked to be an exclusion. At least that's what our referee was indicating. Gave Marist the ideal opportunity. Quick substitution. Arthur now in for Wiseman in a 2-1 Red Fox lead.
Both teams will have rapid substitutions and will go very quickly throughout the early morning. Iona now setting up their offense. At point out to the far side, right wing. Desmond, Bailey Desmond goes to the point. Shot on, no good by Weissman.
Can't believe this. Great defense from an attacker as it ends up going into the goal, but it's blown dead, so no goal there. But great defense by Radaley. She's listed as an attacker. She plays the attack, and she is just so strong defensively.
4:33 to play, all knotted up at 2 apiece. Weissman at the point. They'll give the ball to the Foxes. Strong side positioning. Just stays in play of the pool on the left wing. Finds its way back to Moulin. Iolanta, no good, and a strong save by the Gales. Metzdorf denies Iolanta Sempali.
You want Sempali to shoot the ball. She is an Olympic medalist. She arrived to campus 2 weeks late, and normally as a coach you'd say, hey, why are you late? No, she had a casual excuse of, oh, my team in Hungary in the U18 was going to win a bronze medal.
Timeout on the official side. They'll get something corrected. Iona timeout. And a exclusion on Emily Shear. 20-second advantage when the timeout concludes. The Foxes and the Gales all knotted up at 2.
Do recall that once you get an exclusion, you are allowed 3. Once you hit that magic number of 3, it's like strikes in baseball, you are out.
Let's take a look at how we got here early in the first quarter. It was starting the day for the Red Foxes with Paige Nagel. No look for Paige. Opening up the scoring on the day, and then Iona retaliating right away, right past Sanchez, knotting it up at 1 apiece. But that didn't stay for long. It was the Red Foxes who got it right back, scoring one of their own. Kendall DeVere putting the Foxes up, and the Iona Gales tying it right back.
You retaliated, or you kept so much talent from the Red Fox side of things. Paige Nagel, a truly fantastic attacker listed as a utility, but she does a great job on the offensive end. Victoria Kiss can score a ton of goals. Samantha Bentley, Layla McCarroll, all really good offensive players.
In the McCann Auditorium, the in-house scoreboard says the score is 2-2. I think the officials were discussing over to see what the official ruling was of that last goal. And when we get notification, we'll be sure to alert what their final decision is. But the timeout has concluded.
Also looks as if Brian Kelly burned a TO. The in-house scoreboard also indicating 4 timeouts on the Marist side, just 3 for Iona.
Iona will take the ball. Gales setting up a play set from the left wing. Back out to point for Penman. On the far side, the right wing. Penman trying to get a good look. Doesn't get it for herself. Shot on and it's good. Iona, 3-2, 3:30 to play in quarter 1.
She is having quite the day. Not listed actually on the Iona website, but she's having a great game.
3-2 in favor of those from New Rochelle. Coming into Poughkeepsie in early morning, it looks like the Gales are activating. Got out of bed on the right foot, or right stroke, if you will.
I see what you did there.
3:19 to play in quarter number 1. Can Marist retaliate? Something they do oh so well. Peterson on the near right wing. Finds his way back to Peterson, guarded by Trujillo. And Trujillo takes it away right out of the hands of Peterson. Trujillo taking it right out of the hands of Peterson, setting up an Iona offensive attack chance. McNabb, entry pass, shot on and saved by Sanchez. It was Weissman who got it denied.
Yeah, she used the post to her advantage. Kind of used her body there, as you'll see on the replay, to absorb the ball, and then it trickles out and hits the post in just the right position that helped out Marist.
2-time MAC player of the year, an opportunity for the Foxes. Peterson on the interior, back out to point. Weak side, shot on, no good. Shot on by Iolanta Sempali and taken away by Metzdorf.
Yeah, not the best look. She skipped one there. Sometimes it works, but good job on the goalkeeping side by Metzdorf. She realized that Sempali was going right, so she went right. And when it's a skip pass, it's a lot easier to save.
Great chance, but the Marist defense collides right on Olivia Weissman. And takes it away. They'll reconvene with Sanchez running the point.
Smothering defense there, highlighted by Peterson, who gets the steal. Peterson didn't play much last year in her freshman campaign, but coming back strong for the sophomore season.
Taking it up the water, Iolanta. Shot on, it's good. Red Foxes tie it back at 3 apiece. Iolanta Sanfali, the Olympian, making her presence known in Poughkeepsie.
Check what I said earlier, a one-skip shot does indeed work. Looked like it hit McNabb's hand.
I think there was a deflection that allowed Iolanta's pass, make it her shot to get triggered into the goal. Tying the game up with less than 90 seconds to play in quarter number 1 between the Foxes and the Gales. Once again, this is a non-conference matchup, a get-right game. Chris Vidal calls it a game that can get him some more information, he told me. They're trying to just get a read on into the conference season, honoring their seniors later tonight. Marist in the offensive break. Layla McCarroll gets held. An exclusion. Odd man chance for the Foxes. At point, bouncing and in. Samantha Bentley, the New Zealand native. 4-3 Red Foxes.
Yeah, perfect shot there on the right side. Takes the skip, and she threw it so hard, Metzdorf didn't even know it was coming.
4-3 under a minute. Gales trying to equalize or take the lead. The exclusion has concluded for the Gales. They'll have even strength once more. MJ Metzdorf, the goalkeeper, freshman, only listed goalkeeper for the Gales, has allowed 4 goals so far on the fins of the Red Foxes. 40 seconds, what can Brian Kelly draw up? Right wing chance. Back out to point, and it's deflected by Redaley. Swimming onto it is Vanessa McNabb, and it goes the other way.
Notice what McNabb did. That's smart. There was not enough time on the shot clock. It ended up expiring, so she just dropped the ball and retreated to defense.
Marist with 16 seconds. Let's see if they hold for one chance with the shot clock turned off. Trying to swim around is Layla McCarroll right around the bend of Vanessa McNabb. Out to point, but a violation with 6 seconds. Iona has one last chance to equalize in the first quarter. And one trigger shot, and it's taken in by Sanchez. That's how the first quarter ends in Poughkeepsie. The Red Foxes, ranked number 17 in the country, hold a 4-3 advantage against the Iona Gales. Back into Poughkeepsie, the score 4-3 in favor of the Red Foxes in this non-conference game. Paige Nagel getting the Foxes started, and Sadie Salas responding for the Gales. She's wearing number 8, listed as 20, wearing that 8 on her head tonight. This morning, making. The Foxes retaliating with ease. Kendall DeBeer taking the lead back, but not before Iona retaliates of their own. Back again is Sadie Salas, the Texas native, the senior, getting those senior smarts in order this morning. But Inez Sanchez gets the initial block, and it's put in by Fiona Rowe. The Foxes retaliate once more, and the score right now 4-3 in favor of Chris Vidal's squad. Second quarter has begun in this non-conference matchup. Taken away by Anita Redaley. She'll push in transition. Redaley and Goldhammer, Grace Goldhammer and Iona, going one-on-one on the right wing near side. Goldhammer makes more than marginal contact on the eye, and she'll be excluded. Advantage for the Foxes. McCarroll on the near side, weak side, and she's bumped for a comment. Cross-pool pass. Another one to the near side. Out at point. Shot on, no. Nagel fakes it. Shot on the far side, no. It gets back to Nagel. 20 seconds on the shot clock. A reset right to the full 30. On the inside, it's taken away. Quick chance for the Gales. Trujillo. One-on-one opportunity against McCarroll, and Trujillo wins it on a foul. Another foul on the near side is Salas. Finds her way to the strong side driver. With 10 to shoot. At point. It'll go back, a common foul on Iona on the offensive side.
Last time Marist was on the offensive possession, I thought that they passed the ball a little bit too much. Got 20 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot, but you can really set up the right shot in those 20 seconds when an opposing player is out with an exclusion.
That was an ordinary on Iona on the offensive side, but they corral it right back on their own defense. It's MJ Medstorf, the freshman, setting up play for the Gales. Iona hoping to be back here later in the year, where they went down in the MAC championships hosted by Marist University.
Another spot-on save for Inez Sanchez. Sometimes they come easy, but sometimes she makes some incredible-looking saves.
McCarroll in transition. McCarroll bounces it in, and it's good from the right wing.
Another right side goal for the Red Foxes. They really are working that right side attack. McCarroll gets in on the action.
Bouncing it in, the score 5-3 in favor of the Foxes. McCarroll so quick, treading in transition. Swimming really ahead of the pack of everybody on multiple occasions so far this morning.
In water polo especially, the speed at which you can get to the ball or get to the goal is vital. You got to be not only an athletic person with great lower body strength to tread the water, got to be a good swimmer and sprint hard.
Point blank range, and it's no good. Inez Sanchez gets a finger on it, and it's no good from Vanessa McNabb right in front of Sanchez, and that's what Inez does.
Spot on shot. She just missed it. She got the interior of the post, but the bounce for the second time doesn't help the Gales.
Marist running the break, trying to find point. They do, and it's too high upstairs for Berkaba.
Yeah, she had the right look there, but when you're inside the crease like that, yes, you could draw a 5-meter, which is great, but a lot of the times you're going to throw the ball hot. And that's what happened there. No goal.
Point blank range for the Gales, an exclusion assessed to the Foxes. Alyssa Valente excluded. A chance for the Gales to capitalize on the weak side. Back to point. No shot. Mishandled by the Gales. It'll stay with Iona. 10 seconds to shoot. At point, it goes in. Shot on and good for Lola Trujillo.
That's another example there of using the entirety of the exclusion clock. I was looking at the in-house scoreboard. It was expiring just as Trujillo got that one in the back of the net past Sanchez. Really good job by Iona offensively.
The Gales have been able to capitalize from that 3 position this morning. Getting shots on goal. They haven't been able to attack Sanchez right on that 3-meter side. It's working on the long distance shot for the Gales. Chris Vidal, really kind of a quote master this morning when I was talking to him. He said this on the first try. I didn't take this out of his mouth. He said, when I asked him, what are they trying to accomplish today? He told me, quote, try and make simple look amazing. Can you say it any better, really?
PR master. Just a great guy, too.
Vidal playing in that Gale uniform on the men's side for Iona back in his heyday of college. Shot clock violation.
Gotta say, Radali with some really good smarts in the pool there. Shot clock expiring, she knows it.
5-4. Scoring has slowed down in the second quarter. Iona with 8 seconds to shoot. On the right wing. Back to 4. Shot on, and it's saved by Sanchez right in the middle of the post.
truly incredible to watch Inez Sanchez. Just her IQ, she knows where the ball is coming, and that's really difficult. That goal is huge. It's hard to, or near impossible, to get every inch of it, but Inez Sanchez always finds out what her opposing offensive attack player is thinking.
Some physicality from Kinley Nines, the freshman from Richmond, Texas, battling right at the half pool line. At point, trying to go down is Kendall DeBeer, but she's harassed. It'll go to the far side to one. An exclusion on Iona. Nicole Morrison will have to go out of the pool for 30 seconds. At the three position. Back in the near side right wing. Marist's passing has been sensational. Ordinary, they'll keep it going. 5 seconds to shoot. Going into point. Shot on and taken in by MJ Metzdorf.
How about a no-look save from Metzdorf? That was nice, just went right under her arm.
Metzdorf was really realizing that the shot clock was going down, and with Marist no other options with 1 second, they had to shoot or give the ball to the Gales. A timeout in the pool as we take a look at Trujillo's goal and how that came about, right from distance, getting past Sanchez on the lower left side.
They used the left side this time. Iona typically using the left side of the crease today, where Marist is working on that right side. So maybe you know what to expect if you're Sanchez and Metzdorf, but both goalies having a really solid game so far. Pretty low scoring at 5-4.
Metzdorf with that no-look save. Keeps the lead one for the Foxes, 5-4, 2:07 to play. With Iona trying to go into halftime. Up or tied from the weak side. Gales setting up. Trujillo goes to row and taken in once again from IS.
She always seems to save it straight on, right in the middle of her body. That is not luck. That's skill. That's saying, okay, I know exactly where this ball is coming, and I'm going to save it head on because you have more width with the body as opposed to your arms.
From Barcelona, Spain, Sanchez. She can do it on the defense, and the Foxes can do it on the offense on the hands of Samantha Bentley, increasing the lead to 2 from point-blank range.
Bentley switching it up, going on the left side of the crease, goes right past Metzdorf. Bentley, one of the 4 best goal scorers, kind of in that bunch of really good offensive players for this Red Fox bunch.
Metzdorf, the lone goalie on this Gales squad. She'll be going the entire length of this one. Lofting it in, hitting the top of the net. No good from Lula Trujillo.
Yeah, she kind of tried to get one past Sanchez. Not every time do you want to throw it as hard as you possibly can. Sometimes you want to loft one in. That's what Trujillo tried to do there, but she couldn't get it in. Hit the top of the crease.
That'll go the other way, and Ordinary will bring the ball back into the hands and the treading of the Gales.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about an offensive Ordinary foul is that when that happens, you lose possession. It's not like a defensive one.
Shot on, and it's good for the Gales. Bailey Desmond brings the lead to just 1 for the Foxes with under a minute to play from the strong side.
Like we were saying on that last possession for Iona, not using all of her power there was Desmond. She kind of lofted that one in a little bit harder than what Trujillo did on the previous possession, but it got Sanchez to fake right, and she went left.
A few possessions remain in half number 1 in Poughkeepsie. An early morning affair between these two conference foes in a non-conference matchup. At 5, and it'll go the other way. A Ordinary on the Foxes. Iona might hold for one shot with the shot clock turned off. MJ Metzdorf will tread up with the ball with 14 seconds to shoot.
Looks like there is no goalie for Iona. They want the extra attacker.
And that was the shot they get. A loft-in shot on, And it will score. Let's see after further review, but I think it was released prior to the expiration of the game clock. Layla McCarroll, they will credit McCarroll with the goal. Buzzer beater for Layla McCarroll. And that is how the first half ends. The Foxes in the advantage in Poughkeepsie, 7-5. Buzzer beater for nationally ranked Marist. Back in the McCann Auditorium for an early morning affair between the Foxes and the Gales in non-conference play. It's been Foxes who have been able to attack on the offensive side.
Yeah, McCarroll's done a really good job. A couple of goals from Paige Nagel. You've also seen some from Kendall DeBeer. And I think what was most impressive was the last possession that we'll see in just a little bit. You have to look on the Iona side. Trujillo has had a nice game. Salas has had a couple of goals. Desmond and McNabb have had some good lucks. Inez Sanchez has been truly magnificent, as always, in net. She's almost always on. But I really want to highlight the goal that ended in a buzzer beater, which will be coming up in just a little bit as you see some Desmond, some McNabb action, and there it is to end the half. Iona pulled their goalie in Metzdorf. They got the right look with 5 seconds on the shot clock, top key, so they took it. Inez Sanchez, another head-on save, because why wouldn't Inez Sanchez save that one? And then she has the smart IQ to kick it out to McCarroll, and McCarroll has the arm strength to throw it 3/4 of the length of the pool and throw it right into the empty net.
And you got to give Iona credit, staying in it with the Red Foxes. Not their last game, but the game prior on February 18th, a Wednesday night game. They played Wagner, number 21, another conference foe. They lost only by 6, a final score of 10-16 in Staten Island. And in their most recent game, they defeated Connecticut College. They handled them 21-8 on their senior day. The Gales celebrating senior day on Friday, and the Foxes will celebrate senior day tonight here in Poughkeepsie, a 5 p.m. start against Salem.
Yeah, you already see the celebratory banners, some things posted here right on the glass and the view as Iona controls the sprint. Trujillo has gotten to 2 of them already.
Rowe giving it to the weak side, but Ordinary will give it to the Foxes.
Yeah, as an offensive player, you just have that mindset that you want to go into the defender. I'm stronger than you. I can beat you out. But that's going to be an Ordinary.
Nagel in transition. Nagel gets it to go on the bounce. Paige Nagel increases the Foxes' lead to 3.
Nagel with the initial goal to open up this game, and she's the tempo setter here in the second half to kick it off. One-on-one opportunity, Metzdorf right in front of her, and she says, I'm stronger than you, 2-over-1.
I didn't hear her say that, Mike.
I did.
The Foxes super strong today against the Gales, 8-5, trying to increase their lead. Right at point to the strong side at 2, back to 3. Fiona Rowe from Colmar, Pennsylvania, the freshman.
Great steal there from the Red Foxes. Once again set up by Radaley. Her defense has been incredible. She kind of plays a little bit back by a couple of meters and then gets close once the ball is going to her respective defender in this man coverage. She's really good on the defensive side, and she's only a freshman.
Gales haven't been too strong on the defensive side heading into this one, allowing 72% of shots to go into their net. The defense has to pick up for Brian Kelly's squad as the conference season gets underway in just a few weeks. 8-5 with Iona setting up their offense on their offensive side. Ordinary on Paige Nagel. Will bring the ball back to Penman on the near side. At point is Rowe. 2 seconds to shoot. Has to shoot it and just lofts it right into the hands of Sanchez, steady and strong.
And she'll always make that catch. She'll always make that save. Inez Sanchez one of the best players in this conference, and dare I say, one of the best goaltenders in all of America.
I don't think it's crazy to say when the Foxes are ranked number 17 in the nation, being recognized nationally. Got as high as number 12 in the national rankings last week, dropping a few spots, but still in that top 20, lofting it in, and it's good from the far side by Anita Radaley.
Welcome to Poughkeepsie, Anita Radaley. She adds one in addition to her great defensive game on the offensive side, getting a goal in front of the Poughkeepsie faithful. Welcome to the 8-4-5.
Right on that weak side driver position, setting her elbow, pointing and shooting with ease. 9-5 in favor of the Foxes. Battling down low, Radaley against Desmond on the right wing. Back out to the weak side, trying to find point or trying to go down low. Desmond lofts it in, and it's good. Did it get deflected? I don't know.
It definitely got deflected. We'll see here on the replay who exactly deflected it, and it looks like Radaley had a hand in it, changed the trajectory of the ball so it wasn't a straight-on shot for Sanchez. She had to go too far up, and she wasn't able to.
Worked in the favor of the Gales there. Desmond capitalizing for the Gales. 9-6. Marist leading Iona. Bailey Desmond getting absolutely harassed at that 5 position. Going to 4, 3 at point. It's Radaley, shot on, and it's saved by MJ Metzdorf.
Nice shot. Might have had a little deflection before it got to Metzdorf. Once again, changing the way that the ball went. Saw the side spin that knocked it out of the pool, but it stays with Marist. Last touch by the Gales.
24 seconds on the shot clock. Ample amount of time for the Foxes. Yolanta, shot on. Sempali is rejected by the goal.
You can see it in her face. She wanted that one back an inch lower, and that's a goal.
MJ Metzdorf having some trouble with her initial pass. It went behind her, and she found the ball. A little Poughkeepsie present for Metzdorf. At point, with the third quarter winding down. Shot on, and it's good. Point position goal for Sadie Salas.
Head on, beat one of the better goaltenders that the MAC has to offer. Too quick on a skip shot.
9-7. Iona decreasing the lead. Plenty of fans traveling from both New Rock City and right around campus for an early morning contest in the heart of Poughkeepsie. Weak side. Going around the bend, Claudia Michelli. And it's good. Paige Nagel from the strong side gets it to go.
Fantastic job at the point by Mkili to set up that goal. She originally wanted the shot. Fake. I'm going to go to McCarroll. All right, McCarroll gives it back to me. Fake. How about Paige Nagel? Puts it in from the wing.
Foxes have looked really good on those distant shots today.
Yeah, working outside the 5-meter crease. Really good job today by Marist.
Isolation has worked for the Foxes, while the passing of Iona has been their strong suit. Third quarter action in the pool of McCann Auditorium. Once again, Mike Duda, William Rosen on hand for this non-conference matchup between Iona and the Red Foxes. A get-right game for both teams. Doubleheader for both squads as well. A shot clock violation. Iona couldn't get anything to work. Ekstrom's
defense there was superb. She was all on top of the offensive player. Yes, she got one ordinary foul because of it, but she's really getting all ball. If you get all ball, that's just a steal. It's when you make contact with the opposing player. Great defense.
Timing pivotal in the pool. That's what separates the incredible teams in the conference and in the country. As a shot goes wide by Nagel, near side from that 2 position.
It's the right look. She's been hitting that all day. She's got a couple of goals from that left wing, that near wing, as it's going to be an offensive ordinary foul there. So a miscue for Iona gives Marist possession.
2:50 to play with the Foxes pushing. Nagel going in between 2 defenders. I don't know where the contact was on that play, but they award it to Iona. Did Nagel initiate contact with her forehead?
I don't think so. I think that was an off-ball ordinary foul. I'm a little surprised that Arthur wasn't called for an ordinary foul. Looked like there was some contact with her and Nagel, but instead they called on the Foxes.
And an exclusion for the Foxes. Ekstrom, Madeline Ekstrom, the freshman from Fullerton, California, will give Iona the advantage. Point blank range from 4, back to point, and it's good for the Gales. Who else but Sadie Salas?
She's had a really nice day, already past the hat trick mark. Once again, she's going to just what she does best, take it from the point, throw it on the left side of the goal. If Sanchez beats me, she beats me. She gets a save, but she doesn't there.
Salas, the leading goal scorer for the Gales, has been a bright spot for them this morning, as Iona keeping it competitive with Chris Vidal's squad. Seeing the ranking, and doesn't look like it's doing too much to their mindset if I'm Coach Brian Kelly. At point, shot on and deflected by a multitude of Iona defenders. It was Nicole Morrison, the sophomore from Glasgow, Great Britain, across over the pond, making that deflection. Has the ball right now. Morrison, right at the mid-pool line, will push.
Of course, having a good goalie can always help, but it's all about your defense. How can you aid your goalie?
Looked to be initial misconfusion, and a lofted shot in on by Goldhammer.
I'll go back to my point about aiding the goaltender. That's exactly what Rodaley did there. She was a little late to the ball. You thought that Goldhammer was going to go for the shot. She waited for an extra second, which allowed Rodaley to come in and just put the pressure, no contact, just pressure, and that allowed the shot to go wide.
Grace Goldhammer. That is quite possibly the best name that you could have in any sport. Goldhammer, a sophomore attack from San Antonio, Texas. Approaching 1 minute now in the 3rd quarter. MJ Metzdorf, the goalkeeper for the Gales, saying let's slow it down, get a good look with 20 on the shot clock.
Shout out to Iona. 3 quarters right now where they have played really solid water polo. They're only down by 2 against a ranked opponent.
Trying to cut the lead even more. It'll stay with the Gales on the far side. They'll get it at left wing. Or do they? Officials indicate that there was a secondary foul as well. Ordinary will change the possession. And who will swim to the ball first? It's Iolanta Sempali. And it's lofted up and saved by Metzdorf.
Really nice save there by Metzdorf, especially knowing that the Foxes were coming in numbers and quick. It was a skip shot for Sempali, but she couldn't get it off. The nice save by Metzdorf. That's really impressive.
It's like when you skip a rock over a pond, but there's someone there who just deflects it.
Yeah.
That is incredibly impressive.
Very impressive.
Sempali. It'll be the Foxes with the shot clock turned off. It was the exact time, so they turn off the shot clock. Ordinary on Iona. From the point. A little bit of embellishment from Lola Trujillo, trying to draw a foul call. And where there should have been one, there was no call. Taking it out on Iona is Iolanta Sempali. Not pleased with the no call, a foul of her own. 5 seconds to play. One opportunity at the mid-pool line for the Gales. Weissman, shot on, just misses, gets the far side post, but it doesn't get Sanchez.
That expulsion, or rather ordinary foul by McCarroll. You thought that that might have set up a great opportunity. It did, but it goes just wide of the crease.
A chance for Iona to cut it. The score 10-8 in favor of the Foxes heading into the final period. Here on the campus of Marist University, where the Foxes are in the advantage against the Iona Gales, 10-8. We take a look at Donnelly Hall, the science building here on the campus of Marist University. They make a mean sandwich in there, and making the mean offensive attack for the Foxes is Paige Nagel and company. Foxes doing it on the inside and outside with strength and with elevation.
How about on the defensive side? You don't need science to tell you that Inez Sanchez is a good goaltender. She makes incredible saves, and no exception today on senior day.
Also, the math building and stats, you know, aren't uber tracked for the Foxes. So it's the eye test telling us that Inez Sanchez can claim that MAC Player of the Year, and she's certainly in the running for it once again in her senior season.
Which leads me to a question about just how do you select the goaltender of the year? How do you select the player of the year when you have no stats to base it off? I guess you got to use the eye test, but it's a little unfair because Iona tracks every single game, but Marist tracks none of them. So it's interesting to me.
To each their own, as Chris Fidel only cares about the most important stat in the box score. That is the win and loss column.
That is the most important one.
And right now for the number 17 ranked Red Foxes,
they've won 75% of their games.
We take a look at all the flags that are represented from this incredibly diverse program that Chris Fidel and company have brought in and bought into the pool. So many countries being represented, and a lot from the United States as well, specifically California, sunny California.
Some Florida schools as well. You got some South African natives, Spain, Italy's on there, Hungary.
And Rye, New York, the most special place of them all. And the fourth quarter is underway, 10-8 in the advantage of the Red Foxes. Iona controls the first possession of period 4.
How can I forget Sammy Bentley, the New Zealand native?
Oh, I would love to go to New Zealand. Auckland?
That sounds fun.
That is on my list.
Food. What are we looking at? Food guy.
Food, what am I looking at? Honestly, whatever they serve me over there, I will eat. I'm never going to say no to anything.
I like that. I like that mentality.
That's the mentality you have to have when you travel. And when you travel to Poughkeepsie, the mentality for a lot of these players is they're coming to a program that has been built on success. They're in a tri-state area, so a lot around them. And this program has such great fans when it comes conference championship time. Why would you?
The regular season.
100%. Why would you not select Marist as a water polo program in the Northeast? Two commons will give the ball back to the Gales. Only down 2 to this impressive Red Fox team. Brian Kelly trying to cause a little bit of an early season upset, though it be non-conference scheduling. Still great mentality for the Gales as they will play the Foxes once more. On the strong side, into point. Let's see if the Gales go to the whole set. No, they shoot from distance, and it's blocked by Sanchez. A little bit of a defensive effort from Victoria Kiss as well.
Who else? Sanchez with a great save, aided by Kiss, as you mentioned, inside the crease. Really good defensive work for a team that has given up 8 goals through 3 quarters.
Ordinary. Shot clock at 8 seconds for the Foxes. This possession has looked a little discombobulated, and it ends with total confusion for the Foxes, and Ordinary, it'll go the other way.
You nailed it. A little discombobulated on the offensive look there for Marist.
Fiona Rowe trying to get the entry pass onto the left wing to find Sadie Salas, usually rostered at 20. This morning she's wearing 8 on her head. On the near right wing at 5, it's Penman. Lofts it over the head. Some embellishment on the far side on the left wing. Looked like it'll be a ordinary on Bentley. Yep, she's allowed to stay in there. Sempali. And taken away by the Red Foxes. Oh! There was some serious contact right back to the Gales. As soon as Marist retained possession, Chris Vidal not pleased.
They gave it to Bentley.
Talking to the near side official, there was contact after the possession change, but Vidal disagrees. Shot on and deflected in the hole by Paige Nagel.
There was contact there with the face. That is intriguing that it was only an ordinary foul. You thought at minimum that would be an exclusion.
Point blank range. Iona Sempali puts it in.
Well, she hung out there for a little bit. We couldn't see her face, but you wonder, maybe was there a little bit of talking right there from Sempali?
They're going to score the goal. There was some confusion between the Iona and Marist benches on the near side. If that was going to count, it will, from point blank range in the hole from that sixth possession.
Some substitutions as well for Marist. Radaley is coming out, as is Sempali. Both going to rest on their respective benches.
And it looks like both teams will get a little bit of a rest. A timeout in the Nauditorium they call McCann.
Another one from Kelly. He's burned 3.
Marist still has 4 timeouts in their pocket. Talking it over, both coaches. Brian Kelly in his 29th year.
Oof.
And Chris Vidal in his 10th season at the helm of the Red Foxes. 29 years in one program. Regardless of the sport, it is just incredibly impressive. We'll take a look at that foul. There was some head contact. Yeah, looked like she's saying there could have been a... she might have been embellished it there. Sadie Salas, let's take another look.
It was Salas who received it. Hansberg was the one that had hands to the face, not to use the pun there. It wasn't Bentley. Bentley was just talking, saying, hey, my teammate got hit in the face, but it was actually Salas on the opposition who did. I'm surprised that there was just an ordinary there. When it's hit to the face, you think exclusion right away at bare minimum.
The score, 11-8. Clock approaching 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter of what has been a really tightly contested match. An early morning game for both of these teams trying to get back to the NCAA championships. This women's water polo team for the Foxes has been dominant, to say the least, over the last 15 years. Trying to get back to the NCAA tournament. But they will have to go through the Wagner team that has been just stellar.
You read my mind.
I took it out of your mind.
You read my mind. Exactly what has helped or hurt this team, I should say, in terms of getting back to the NCAA tournament has been the Wagner Seahawks. They've eliminated them on a handful of occasions. They've squared off nearly 10 times in the MAC championship game alone. But Marist did beat Wagner, who was ranked 22 back on the 24th of January, 14-7.
Iona, entry pass down low to the hole. And taken away by the Red Fox defense into the hands of Inez Sanchez.
Another beautiful save, point blank, that was inside the 5-meter, and Sanchez read it like a book.
De Beer. Guarded one-on-one by Sadie Salas, and some contact away from the ball. Things are getting physical as the latter stage, right down low in the hole. 2 players, one on Marist and Iona. Getting competitive, and that's lofted in by Layla McCarroll.
It was Nagel and Trujillo who were really going at it. You saw Nagel almost kind of shouldering Trujillo. Nothing was called.
Minute ticking down for the Gales. As that's saved by Sanchez. A shot opportunity on the left wing from Grace Goldhammer.
I understand why Coach Vidal doesn't track stats, but I would just love to see how many saves Inez Sanchez has per game. There's a good chance here for the Foxes. Nagel in transition.
We can get our staff on that, looking back at all the footage. Our water polo, Marist water polo sports information director, Mikey Goldstein, he's on it. at the top, at point. Foxes trying to work their lead to 4. The weak side driver, back to point, shot on with power. Booming shot goes up and awry.
You heard it. A lot of velocity behind De Beer's shot there as it hits past the diving board. You heard the brunt of it.
The pace has slowed down for both of these teams. Tiredness certainly a factor. They'll go again. A behind the back shot from Salas says no good, right into the face of Inez Sanchez. Both of these teams playing another game this afternoon and later this evening. Marist will honor their seniors tonight. Angelita Peterson in on the fast break. 3 minutes to play in Poughkeepsie. The weak side driver setting up the near side, strong side driver. And it's good inside. They can do it outside, they can do it inside. The Foxes are cooking.
Beersabar with it. What a shot. She was falling away.
Red Fox goal, you hear it in the McCann Auditorium, increases their lead to 4 with just under 3 minutes to play. Feels like the energy has been taken out of the Iona Gale attack.
A lot of substitutions as well. Vidal going to his bench with a 4-goal advantage and under 3 minutes to play.
Inez Sanchez, every minute so far in goal for the Foxes. At the 5. Vanessa McNabb, cross pool, shot on and deflected on the far side. The left wing, no good.
Yeah, hit the, you would possibly see from the camera angle and think that that might have gone in, but it hit the outside of the net. So no goal for the Gales.
Marist, their offensive attack, not shutting down, wants some momentum going into the second game, and that just doesn't cross the entry line on the near side. It was Sophia Wakuha.
Nice swat in net by Metzdorf, but an even better box out as Tiedemann was unable to get the rebound because Salas had a beautiful box out. It's the last timeout for Brian Kelly with 2:10 remaining.
That is the last timeout, as you mentioned, for the Gales. 2:10 to play. MJ Metzdorf has allowed 12 goals, but it's been Inez Sanchez in the net for the Foxes, not letting anything go past her.
You can't say enough about her. Every single save seems to be point blank, head on, because of her IQ and just knowing where the ball is going to be positioned. But even when she doesn't know, she can make a diving stop to her left. She can make a diving stop to the backhand. She doesn't care. Inez Sanchez, one of the best goaltenders and just truly a phenomenal watch. It's great to see her in the pool in net. Always a fun time.
Absolutely gritty performance from Sanchez, and she has some help from that Marist offense. Appeared in 9 games for the Foxes last season. We do have the record of how many saves she had. 65 saves with a percentage of 43.
Oof. Nearly saving half the shots that come her way. That's so impressive.
You think you could do that, Mike?
No. I could do maybe 5. I don't even know if I can do 5.
I'd like to put that to the test.
My question is, can I even tread water for 30 seconds? I played water polo once, and I was cheating, and I was hanging on top of the pool deck when the ball was on the offensive zone.
You'd be excluded automatically.
Yes, I would. I'd be ejected probably, I don't know, 2 minutes into the game.
Well, 2 minutes left in this matchup between the Foxes and the Gales. Go have some lunch and return back to ESPN Plus as the Foxes face off against Salem for their senior day festivities. We'll have that right here on ESPN Plus. An early senior day for Marist as they want to give tribute to those who have made this program so special. The Iona versus Salem game will be on Red Fox Network on the Marist YouTube channel as well for those looking to see where they could find those two teams available as well. That's a start time of 2 p.m. 1:45 to play as the clock winds down.
At this point, are you even surprised when Inez Sanchez makes a head-on save? I mean, you didn't even talk about it. That's how impressive she is and how it just routinely comes.
1:30 to play. 9 seconds on the shot clock. The weak side driver. Madeline Ekstrom. Shot on, and it's taken in by MJ Metzdorf. Madeline Ekstrom, one of those California natives we mentioned from Fullerton, CA. Shot on and right into the hands, the palm of MJ Metzdorf.
Niles had a nice look on the weak side, but I guess she didn't have enough power behind it, so she ended up dumping it off.
Hopes dwindling down for the Gales. Shot on. Did that go in?
No.
It looked like it did. They'll say it bounced right out. A straight-on shot from Vanessa McNabb, the redshirt sophomore. It'll be a timeout or Red Foxes. Chris Vidal will empty some of his bench, bring in some freshmen into this matchup. As he told me earlier, it's a get-right game. They want to get some more info. They want to try and make everything simple look amazing. And you got to give credit to the Gales staying in this with a ranked team.
Through 3 periods, absolutely. They were only down by 2 goals, and now Vidal going to clear his bench. And going to his point and your point about his point, William, it was a great look on the goalkeeper side for Iona. You could see the defensive scheme, and you could see how Metzdorf works in net, who is going to be the goalie that they face. There's only 1 goalie listed on this Iona squad.
Point blank range in point position. I think they'll get an exclusion charge to Callaghan Brown. It might be a 5-meter shot. I think it will be. The referee on the near side putting his hand up right there. You see it on your screen. It'll be a 5-meter shot. They'll give it to the hot hand of the day, Sadie Salas. Salas shot on, bounces in behind Sanchez, and that's good. The lead now 3 for the Gales.
She guessed right. She's just going to get the save. Doesn't really matter, only adds to Iona's last period goal count, gives them their first of the 4th. It's about 7:30 in.
It's not over till it's over in the mind of the Gales. Brian Kelly staying in the pool for the final 20 seconds, telling his team to push. Still giving his team instruction with 14 on the game clock. Shot clock, game clock differential of just 1.5.
Yeah, unlike basketball, when you press, you can't touch the other player.
Very close. It might be a 5-meter shot for the Foxes. There's still time on the game clock.
2 seconds to be exact. Yes, Niles will get a 5-meter.
Kinley Niles. The foul did occur prior to the expiration of the game and shot clock. So with 2 seconds, 1 last scoring chance for the Red Foxes for the freshman. 5-meter shot. Shot on. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. And that will do it. The Red Foxes take down the Iona Gales in a non-conference get-right game by a score of 12-9. Inez Sanchez solid in the net. Iona staying strong up until that last quarter where Marist blossomed.
Truly incredible game from Inez Sanchez as always. Iona did a good job keeping it close for 3 periods, but then that offensive prowess from Marist was just too much for the Gales defense. A get-right game, like the head coach Chris Vidal said.
Number 17 Marist takes down the Iona Gales. 5 p.m. Marist will be back on ESPN Plus as they celebrate Senior Day against Salem. Once again, for those looking for the Salem-Iona game, that's on the Red Fox Network and the Marist University Athletics YouTube page. For Mike Duda, my broadcast partner, for our entire ESPN Plus production crew, we say thank you for tuning in to ESPN Plus. I've been William Rosen. Take care.